Hello everyone, this is World Cup Podcast. I am Mitko and in the next minutes we will give you all the news about the battle of all battles. Krum is here with me again as an expert and he will comment all that happens in the biggest international event in Imperia online. Krum, nice to have you here again.
Nice being here.
Boy, what a week. The tables have turned and it looks like the participants have seriously decided to make the last Age of Conquest tournament an event to be remembered. Krum, we have new leaders that challenge the traditional hegemons in Imperia online. There are tears both of joy and sorrow. There are carnages. There are old feuds come to life again. It's as real World Cup as it gets. Is this the end for Brazil and Bulgaria?
The end for Brazil, for sure. The end for Bulgaria, not at all. Some members of the Brazilian team have announced that they are going to leave the tournament because of the harsh conditions. They were under constant attacks, not only from the Bulgarian team, but from some other nations as well. And I mean literally constant, 24 hours a day without a gap. What I suspected in the beginning came to be true. Because of their skyrocketing in the first days of the tournament, the Brazilian team drew a wide coalition of teams aiming to bring them down. The Bulgarian team, on the other hand, has been doing quite well for the past few days. They are growing, they have taken the central castle, which is most important, and they are closing the gap from the leading teams. Having to deal with the Brazilian team was a burden for them, of which they are now relieved, so they can pay more attention to the other competitors.
Now, you know I would mention Serbia. 5 wars, 5 wins. Huge wins. And how about the one against Brazil? 705,000 war points. My God. Is this the one to destroy Brazil?
Well, you can say this was the final nail in their coffin. Many of the Brazilian members lost their armies. The Brazilian team lost 2 rally points. And the Serbian team managed to conquer the West Castle from Brazil. Considering the already constant attacks flying on the Brazilian team 24 hours a day, their morale was as low as it can get.
Krum, do we smell some kind of Balkan nations coalition? Seems to me that Serbia is its spearhead and the other teams, the Bulgarians and the Croatians, are playing support roles. No one touches Romania so far?
Well, it is obvious they do have some kind of agreement. And it is evident in the way the Serbian team is picking other major teams while avoiding its geographical neighbors, Croatia, Bulgaria. And the geographical neighbors are avoiding each other as well. We will see for how long this coalition will survive now that their common and main enemy, Brazil, is gone. Balkan nations do have the tendency to be best friends in one day and sworn enemies in the next, so it is a very volatile mixture.
Wars are extremely demanding of resources. Can the Serbs withstand this pressure on their treasuries if they continue to fight the other nations' wars? Are they used as a cannon fodder by the rest of the leading nations, or everything is a fair game in the World Cup?
I think they are fighting for themselves in the first place, for their own amusement, rather than being the hitmen of other teams. They are mostly relying on their own personal armies rather than alliance armies, so their alliance treasury should hold. Their military progression is well funded by the enormous war incomes they have taken so far. The one thing they have to be aware of, though, is backstabbing. If they lose their armies, it is game over for them. They are not so strong on the economical side and they won't be able to recover.
Well, as this podcast turns out to be a tribute to the Serbian fighting skills, it's only fair to look at one of their Battle of the Day winners. This is the massacre between Bić Božji and Bull War. Krum, how do you deprive your enemy from 1,800,000 network points in one battle?
What Bull War was trying to achieve would have been pretty clever if it had worked. He saw that Bić Božji has split his armies into separate attacks towards Dark Lady with 50-second gap between them. Now, Bull War was aware that he wasn't able to defeat the combined strength of these two armies, so he wanted to catch the first one coming back without allowing the defender to move it. He had 50 seconds before the second army comes back, which is plenty of time for an experienced player. So he sent his own army to hit exactly 3 seconds after the first army of Bić Božji arrives home. Trouble is, Bull War might have been doing all of this in blind, not knowing if Bić Božji had any reinforcements left at home. And what a reinforcement he had. It was in essence a third army similar to those two sent in attack. Having to face the reinforcement and the arrived army combined, Bull War stood no chance. His troops were outnumbered. That was probably Bić Božji's purpose all along. He deliberately wanted to appear vulnerable so he can get attacked and then ambush the unsuspecting victim. It's a brilliant piece of tactics.
Croatia and Bulgaria have already upgraded their castles, and they are the only two nations with some castle influence so far. But Romania is the one with the most networked points and possessing only one castle. Can we expect the Romanians to make their move soon?
Well, I hope they have a good idea of what to do, because the tournament is half its way now. They're still concentrated on developing their own empires rather than collecting a huge alliance army. It is possible that they might be utilizing the surprise strike in the end tactic the Bulgarian team pulled in the last edition. They do have one alliance holding. I think it is the East Castle, but it is not very developed, so it's like they don't have alliance holding at all.
Do you think that they could be the next target of the notorious Triple Coalition?
Maybe, unless they are also part of this coalition. So far, Croatia and Romania are the only teams that haven't waged a war. Maybe they are keeping it for the few final days.
So we are to be expect some major showdown.
Oh yeah, it will be a carnage.
That's all for today's podcast, my friends. Krum, thank you for being an expert again. The World Cup game is now very, very serious, and all the participants have managed to convince us that they all mean business. The only question is who will prevail where nothing is certain. It remains to be seen. Strength and honor, brave warriors.